back to the channel. Christmas came early. We got tons of packages for the CBR. The fairing kit from overseas. Can't wait to throw this thing on, so let's get right to work. Alright guys, so we got all the fairings and goodies unpackaged. They're all out on the floor now. Now it's time to throw some of these fairings on the bike and check out how good it's gonna look. Man, the bike is really coming together. It's starting to really take shape now that some of the fairings are on the bike. We knocked out a bunch of the fairings, but we still got a few left. There's a lot of miscellaneous pieces here and there that I gotta throw on as well. And that rear needs some more work with the wiring before I throw any of the rear on. As you guys saw previously, I got a whole wiring harness that I can take a bunch of connectors off and splice them onto my wiring harness. I also got the main seat and the passenger seat because the passenger seat is all ripped up right over there. On these aftermarket mirrors, they only give me one connector with two leads going into it, and on the OEM harness they use two connectors with one lead in each, so I'm gonna have to depin one of these, put it in one of the other connectors, and connect them up to the aftermarket mirrors. It's already pretty late here, so we'll catch you guys tomorrow to throw on the rest of the fairings. on from putting the rest of the tank together. We also put together both of the side pieces, all the plastics on the inside and the foam. Now I'm moving on to this wiring that I told you guys about yesterday. I was able to get the pin out of this connector and swap it over to the blue one right here. So now both pins are in this blue connector. I tested them to see which lead goes to what side on the blue connector. The turn signal works. I just tested it a minute ago. So now we're gonna finish the wiring and move on to the other side. Here's the new clean spliced in connectors for the turn signals. And this one I replaced is right here. And this is for the light for the license plate, which sits right here on the bracket to shine light on the license plate. Another thing I was missing was these two fuse junction boxes and this little shield. So here's my dilemma. I'm confused why it's blinking really fast when I go to the left, but to the right, it's literally fine. And the connections are the exact same on both sides. But now I'm gonna install this voltage stabilization kit and we'll clean up the rest of the wiring.
Front tire is really flat.
Just like that, check it out guys, all the fairings are on the bike. This was definitely one of the worst times to come out and ride this thing around the block just to test it out, but man, it was so worth it. This bike looks absolutely amazing. It was a bit sketchy with that front wheel being cracked and there's no air in the tire, but man, it was worth the send. I think previously I mentioned that the oil pan was leaking, and that is actually because there might be a crack in the oil pan from the impact, so I will have to replace that along with the front wheel that's cracked. I do have a few more parts on the way, so we'll catch you guys in the next one. See ya.